Okay, first up, I'm going to explain basically the familiarisation of the machine and its controls. So what we have is the rear chassis controls. Okay, we have the driver's seat, which is on the back of the machine, and obviously on the working platform. The 3 control stations. At each control station, there's an emergency stop. Okay, there's actually 5 fitted to this machine, e-stops in total, but 3 at each control station. Okay, so with the emergency button depressed, light is on, and basically all functions are cut. To reset it, we just basically press the reset button. Okay, we've got a driving horn switch, which is basically a travel alarm. It should be on at all times. Okay, when it's out of the emergency cutout mode. We have our hour meter. We have our warning alarm, and basically a diagnostic display here for the emergency cutout system. So if we turn it on and e-stop is depressed, main control box. So it's telling us that the e-stop of the main control box is depressed. Okay, main ignition key, off position, ignition on, and to start it from here, we will just turn the key and start the engine up. At seat controls, again we have our emergency stop button, we have a reset button. Now this machine has 3 function modes: operation, erection and drive. Okay. The operation mode is done on the working platform, the erection mode is done in the seat controls where we are now, as well as the drive function. Okay. So we've got our 3 lights here, which tells us what mode we're in. We're currently in the drive mode. So we've got drive, erection and operation. This key switch switches between erection and operation. Okay, so currently we're in the drive mode. Flick it to erection mode, it will bring on the erection mode light. Okay, to get operation, we flick it to operation, we remove the key, we'll then access the platform, and when we turn the key switch over from drive to operation, that light will be on, stating we're in operation mode. To the right, we have our generator start and generator stop buttons. So with the ignition key on, you can see the green lights on. We then have our hydraulic start and hydraulic stop buttons. We have our flashing lights and a drive speed slow and fast. Our control levers, so our far left and far right is our drive, proportional controls. Okay, our inner 4 levers are our erection mode. So starting left to right, left is our parallelogram, tower, vertical frame, platform rotation. Erection, everything is forward. So when you erect the machine, everything's forward. When you dismount the machine or pack it up, everything is back towards you. We have a dead man switch, and inside this compartment is part of the intercom system and our emergency operation. Okay, what I'm going to explain now is part of the emergency operation. Now there's a few steps to it. The first thing we need to do is identify what the emergency is and what the problem is. Now, very important, operator's manual explains all the emergency operations. The first scenario we're going to run through is if there's a malfunction with the machine, or the machine's been overloaded and it's gone into emergency cutout mode and we can't reset it. Okay, so when we're in emergency cutout mode, the electric motor, which has given us our hydraulic power, basically shuts down. So what we need to do is first of all identify what the problem is. We can use our diagnostic lights here to find out if the platform's overloaded or one of the e-stops is depressed and there's a fault with that e-stop system. So what we must do in the storage box here, you will find a cable and 2 clamps. Very important, the machine must not be used. These clamps or cables are not available. So what we've got to do is run the electric motor. So what we do is we remove this cable from this plug, which is our electric motor. Okay, we've got a 10 pin and a 6 pin. we connect the 6-pin up. We then connect the 10-pin to this outlet socket here. What that will do is, as soon as we start the generator, it will run the electric motor and give us hydraulic power. Okay. Stage 2 of that is, we need to override the function we want. Okay. Showing there, Dave. So our 3 function modes: operation, erection, emergency valve / drive. So if we wanted to use the drive function, when we use this clamp, you can see the pin on the bottom. The clamp goes in the bottom and slips over the top. Okay, so if we wanted to use the drive function, that is all we will need to do. We will then go back to the seat and use the hydraulic levers, and that will drive the machine. Okay. If we wanted to use the erection mode, we will need to fit on the second clamp. Onto the valve. So you need 2 for erection mode. You need the emergency plus the erection valve. And that will allow us to use the erection mode. Again, controls from the seat. If we wanted to use the operation mode, which is on the working platform, we need to fit it to the operation valve. Okay. Now, very important, we understand that using these clamps overrides the safety features on the machine. So it overrides all your emergency stops. Okay, the overload on the machine will not work. Okay, so very important to pack up the machine in a safe way. Okay, once you've finished, again, very important, these get removed. You cannot use the machine in normal conditions with these clamps fitted. So that's stage 1. The next emergency scenario we're going to run through is, let's say we've had a crucial electrical failure with the machine. Okay, I'll remove the key. It's not even turned off. We'll deploy it on the bridge, we need to get it off. So what we've got to do, again, is use these clamps to select which function mode we want. Once we've done that, we then need to run our emergency pump. Okay, so it's got a little petrol engine, a direct drive pump to give us our hydraulic power. So very important when we do this that we do not run both pumps at once. Okay, very important. So to start this up, we turn the fuel on, choke on, and we give it a little bit of engine RPM. Okay, now there's a switch at the front, on and off switch, we need to flick it on. So once it's onto the on position, we can then pull start the engine. Once it's running, we'll turn our choke off and we'll set our RPM. We don't want it revving like crazy. We don't want it idling. Okay. Once that is running, that gives us our hydraulic power. Combined with the use of the clamps, we can then go and operate the desired function we want. Again, keeping in mind, we've got no electrical power, so there's no emergency stops that are going to be active, there's no overload. We pack the machine up in a safe way before we stow it. We remove the clamps and turn the engine off. When using the clamps, we must also slide this down. We've got 2 valves we must put into basically emergency override position. So we'll grab the red knob, screw them in approximately 5 turns until it gets tight. Okay, referring to the decal. Okay, That will allow us to use those emergency operations. Once we are finished, we remove the clamps. Again, very important, we release the valves. So we screw it anti-clockwise, approximately 5 turns till they stop. Which puts the machine back to normal operation.